phone today, y'all. I really didn't have nothing for y'all today. Like I say, my mind is slowing down now because it was in race mode from trying to get this paper done, and then once I got going, and y'all, why do we do that to ourselves? I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have a show about procrastination and waiting to the last minute because I've been knowing for a whole quarter that I had this paper due. And then I've been knowing since last week, the beginning of the week, that this paper was due on on Monday morning or before Monday morning. Why I wait all the way to Sunday every time, y'all, before I start on my but ask me why I always do my best work when I think it's not gonna be good. I get my grade back and I be done got all the points. I mean all of the points. Like I do my best work under pressure. Don't know why. Don't know why I put myself under that pressure. But y'all, that's what worked this quarter. I don't think I'm on. I don't think I'm gonna do that. This coming up quarter because this what I am working towards next. Well, not next quarter, but my next degree is something that I'm very very passionate about. Um, those that know me know that when I first started school, I wanted to work with individuals with disabilities. I wanted to um, actually I wanted to be a special education teacher. That's what I wanted to do when I first come out of high school. Um, but when I went to junior college, um, my freshman year, y'all, they had us to do we had to do a intern. We had the student teach. I say that was good because that made me decide that I didn't want to be a teacher. Um, that first semester made me decide that I didn't want to be a teacher. I actually got to do the lesson plan. Like we actually got to do assistant teaching stuff and teaching the class and all of that. So I was able to use that on my resume when I moved to Atlanta to go to Morris Brown. I actually worked at a daycare. So I was able to use that because I had did the student teaching, even though I didn't that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, it was a mean to an end and I needed that means because I needed those ends. So I worked at that daycare um for about I want to say about 6 or 7 months. I worked there. It was a part-time daycare position because I also worked at the office, um, at the staffing company. The young lady, she ran a staffing company out of her home, and once she started getting a lot of clients, she moved into a small office, and I worked for her part time. In between the office and what's the name? So I split my time in between the office and working at the daycare. So normally I would just work at the daycare on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I would go to the office and do office stuff for her. I did most of like the timesheets, getting people timesheets together, and making sure that the hours were ready for her so that she could do payroll. Yeah, I've always done stuff like that. Like I've always been in management. Every job that I've worked, I've always been a manager. I used to be a store manager for a clothing store called Simply Fashions for almost 8 years, a little over 8 years. Um, I traveled, I did inventory, I did a lot. I actually helped train the new managers when they came in. And then a lot of the managers that worked under me they got promoted to their own stores and different things like that. So I can always say that I was a leader. I was always that one that did not believe in keeping stuff to myself. Um, I trained everybody in my store to know how to do things, so that when I wasn't there, that they knew how to do things, so they didn't always have to call me. So when I was on vacation, I could enjoy my vacation. When I was off, I could enjoy my off day, and I didn't call them when they were off. I always train. I watched a lot of the other managers. They would they didn't want they staff doing inventory. They didn't want they staff doing this. They didn't. They